Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Curious One is back with the question that I could personally not wait any longer to ask. The question is, has there been a black god in the history of humankind? Do you know about it? I don't. And I had researched for the past 6 days to find out if there's been any god at all in the African race. Not just a black god, because Hindus have a black god, but African. A person, a god or the goddess or extraterrestrial being that was in an African features, appearance. There hasn't. We have Greek gods, Zeus and all of his siblings and all of his babies, bastards, his fathers, titans and all that. If you have Egyptian gods, brown people gods, or all the other related kind of brown race gods, we have them all. We have even a god with the wolf head. We have a god with the eagle head, Ra. We have many other gods. Or the ancient gods. Hindus have thousands of gods. Other people have many gods. Even Chinese people, Asians have gods. There's a goddess that lives on the moon, and there's a cartoon, actually, a beautiful cartoon on Netflix that is about this goddess, and I actually recently watched it, and it's beautiful. I recommend it. It's called apparently Love Moon or Moon Love, something like that, but it's about this goddess. But how much I researched, could not find any African gods at all. There's been kings, there's been warriors, gladiators, first Muslim African who did the opening of the Salat, apparently the Muslims' ritual, but there's been no extraterrestrial, no super kind of man or superwoman with extraterrestrial kind of superpowers, some supernatural powers. Nothing. There's nothing. So isn't this a little bit weird? Because every race came up with some sort of a god, except the African race. So did the other races kind of try to eliminate African race completely from the beginning and got all of their stories, all of their history stories, all of their beliefs removed? Even before I forget, there is even a native god, the cougar god, the gods who used to eat on flesh. There are even reptilians. There are many gods, but no African god. And this is weird, because as gods, they were not gods. They were extraterrestrial beings that were called God because they had supernatural wisdom. They had the wisdom we never had, or the ancient people didn't have. So they called them gods. Otherwise, they were not gods. Even they said someone else, the architect, created them. They were descendants of another entity. So they were not gods. They kept saying they were not gods, but well, they were believed in God, as gods. So, and they reigned as gods, and they used human beings for sex or slavery or whatever. The history is clear what the ancient ones have done. But the African gods, nothing. Has there been any extraterrestrial black being who ruled and that part of history was removed? Or there has been no African god? And if there's been no African god, how legitimate are the other gods slash aliens slash supernatural beings? Very curious, right? It's quite an interesting question. Just go do your research. Please share something because I'm not making these videos to just come up with the answer and give it to you and you just go think about it and say, well, this guy got something. No, these are actually legitimate questions and need answers. If you know the answer, let me know. And if I know the answer, I'm sharing with you as well. So that's all for this week. Cool question, isn't it? Yes, of course. All lives matter, including black lives, so including black gods, if there's been any in the history of humankind. So go ahead, do your research, get back to me, or leave a comment or leave a thumbs up, and then that's it. See you on the other episodes / video. Cheers.